So let's talk about bias. What is bias? Right now we talk about bias mostly related to racism and to masculinism and all these social issues. But bias is mostly a mathematical concept. And I think if you understand a little bit more what bias means mathematically, then you're going to understand more how you may be biased towards certain races or genders or distributions of people, okay? So let's talk about this. So bias means basically a misrepresentation of a distribution. Whoa, sounds super scary, but it's actually pretty easy. And I'm gonna make an example with dogs, because dogs are cute, and that also makes it easy to understand the concept. And also it's more politically correct, so I'm hopefully not offending anyone. So let's say that you have different dog breeds, and you wanna say which dog breeds are more aggressive. Let's talk about Dobermans now, okay? Dobermans, I had a Doberman, best dog in the world, but usually in movies, in cartoons, they're represented as the bad dog, the evil dog, okay? So what happens? Let's suppose that 10% of Dobermans are aggressive. 10 is actually a lot. Let's say 1% of Dobermans are really aggressive. And then the rest are somehow from really good to mild to moderately aggressive, okay? But if you've been exposed during your whole life just to that 1%, what happens is that you have a biased representation of reality. You have just seen a specific group of a specific breed. You've just seen aggressive Dobermans. The issue is that we tend to generalize. We as humans tend to think that that small group that we've been exposed to is representative of the whole distribution. And this is a huge issue because of course it leaks into our culture, leaks into our decisions, but it also leaks into our algorithms. So machine learning, AI, all these technologies, they all based on basically learning from data right now, okay? So if your data is biased, let's suppose that in your data you just have examples of aggressive Dobermans and you want to make an algorithm that predicts if a dog is aggressive or not. If your algorithm has just seen data from aggressive Dobermans, it's going to try to generalize. It's going to try to think that all Dobermans are aggressive. The issue is that that algorithm then is going to reproduce that knowledge that it has acquired from that biased data to everyone in the world. And AI scales really well, which means that you can just deploy it and apply it to all the world. And then suddenly you have a biased algorithm, a racist algorithm that discriminates towards Dobermans that is being used by everyone in the world. And that's a huge issue. But again, the problem here, I want you to think about this. The problem in this case, it's not in the technology itself, it's in the data. The data is biased. The data misrepresents a group, misrepresents Doberman in this case. Therefore, the algorithm becomes biased. But who produced that data? Well, it's us, it's people, it's humans. So that's where we need to focus our attention on, okay? So in this video, I talked about the concept of bias, misrepresentation of a group. In the next videos, I'm going to talk about practical cases where this bias issue has actually made incredible damage to society. So bear with me and wait for the next videos.